Hi and welcome to Life Skills Module 5 Types of Leadership. In this session, we are going to see the different types of leadership. We have already seen the styles of leadership, 6 styles of leadership. In here, we are going to see the different types of leadership. Right, let's start. The first type of leadership is the VUCA leadership style. This style was developed by United States of America during the Cold War between America and USSR. So things were not going well between these two countries, and there was always competition, and America always thought that USSR will drop a bomb, a nuclear bomb on America or do something, and the same was the feeling with the Soviets. So during those times, America developed the Pentagon, the brain of the defense in America. They developed a strategy of leadership known as VUCA strategy. Here V stands for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. So I'll tell you these concepts one by one. Volatility means something that keeps on changing. So you will always have to predict that things will keep on changing, the environment keeps on changing, so leader has also to change according to changing times. That is volatility. Uncertainty means the things that are now will not be in future, so that is uncertain, you're not sure. Okay, you're not sure of things that are right now will be there in future, so the leader should be able to capable enough to be cope up or adjust to uncertain things or uncertainty. Third one is complexity. Complexity means certain decisions. Certain decisions are very hard to take because of the complexity of the nature of things. So the leader should be able to see beyond the complexities. He should take decisions in such a way that even though it is very complex, that decision should be taken in such a way that he is able to look into various factors and then decide what is the best. Ambiguity. Ambiguity means being unclear. Okay, it is different from uncertainty. Unclear means when you're not certain of the meaning of an event, or you're not able to understand what it means. That is ambiguity. So that is also a leader's quality, that he should be able to precisely analyze and understand certain things that are ambiguous, certain things that requires clarity, but he should be in having the quality to understand the meaning behind each event, right? So this is VUCA leadership. Next, the second leadership strategy is known as transactional leadership. That is the second type of leadership. Transaction means exchange, right? You're transacting money, transaction of money, transaction of business. So there is some kind of exchange. So here there are two features. One is contingent reward. Contingent means conditional reward. Condition, what condition? So the person, an employee works really hard, puts in his efforts. So when the person is working really hard, he puts in his effort, and that effort would result in maybe hike in salary, increase in salary, or maybe he gets a promotion, right? Or maybe he gets other benefits. That is one style of doing transaction leadership. The second one is management by exception, wherein the leader always looks at if people are deviating or going against or established procedures or standards or protocols or code of practice or code of conduct. So if they are going beyond that, going beyond the standards are not met, the leader becomes angry or may give them a memo or maybe even fire the person. So that is management by exception. Here there is no exception given to anyone. Everybody is treated equally, and everybody in the company has to follow the standards set by the leader. That is the second style, or the second part of transactional leadership, right? Yes, so right. The third, transformational leadership. This type of leadership means there is something involving here. Something is happening. Transformation, right? Transformation, changing one person into something else. So certain things are happening. Think about, let's see, transformation leader. Who can be termed as a transformation leader? You can say, for example, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. He was a kind of a transformation leader. He transformed himself, actually. He was given a good education and everything, and he could have followed the British policies and everything, but he transformed himself into following his heart and believing that India needs leaders who should be able to get away from the British autocracy And for that reason, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he was well educated. He thought that he has to come up with ideas so that he can fight for his country and gain independence. So this style is not formal, but it's intellectually stimulating. It has certain features. Let's see them one by one. Inspiring vision. So the leader is always inspiring his followers to come up with ideas, to come up with plans. Why? Because the leader has a futuristic vision, right? Second one, intellectual stimulation. So the employees are keeping on generating new ideas because they are motivated intellectually from within. Okay, they have ideas, they keep on developing new ideas, they're motivated. The leader is such that the person is always motivating, encouraging them, challenging them to do better, they should develop themselves. Individual concern. The leader accepts the difference among the employees and treats everyone accordingly. He acts as a coach to everyone. He understands what motivates each and gains the trust and devotion of the employees. So here what happens is that the leader is understanding each and every person's concern, the talents and abilities of everyone. He understands, he coaches, he encourages, and he gives them personal attention. That is individual concern. So these are the three features of a transformation leader: inspiring vision, intellectual stimulation, and individual concern. So these are the main differences between transaction leadership and transformation leadership. Transaction leadership is suitable for settled environment. So everything is according to a system. Then transactional leadership is good. Whereas in transformation leadership is required during tough times, troubled times, stressful times. Think about independence. Think about war. Okay, in those times, in those situations, we require transformation leaders, not transaction leaders. Works well, transaction leadership works well when the emotion level of the employee is not high. So the people will work for a boss, for a master, they get something out of it. Yes, so the emotional level is not much high. The people are always doing regular work, mundane work. Transformation leadership appeals to emotions of employees. So they're looking into the employees in person, one by one. So what are their feelings? What are their emotions? What are their achievements? What are their targets in life? Transaction leadership is formal and bureaucratic. So it is systematic, it's very formal, it follows the regular policies, so it's very bureaucratic as well. Transformation is informal and charismatic. It is like it's evolving, it is very informal. People are motivated to do whatever comes into the mind, which is aligning themselves with the goal of the leader. In transaction, only one leader will be there, whereas in transformation, more than one leader, very important, more than one leader will be there in transformation leadership. It employs planning and execution to maintain status quo. Status quo means standard, a set principle, that is status quo. So everybody is working to go along the standard. In transformation, it is different. It is promotion of innovation, stimulation of innovation. Employees are rewarded and punishment using authority and position. Employees influence and intellectual stimulation is there. Where in transformation leadership there is a lot of intellectual stimulation. Transaction is reactive, whereas transformation is proactive. Proactive means doing the right things at the right time, not putting it off for some other time. But in transaction it is reactive. You have to react to certain stimulus. Next one is entrepreneurial leadership. Entrepreneurial leadership is a person who comes up with new ideas, or he comes up with innovative ideas, takes personal responsibility, he manages change. Think about Steve Jobs. He was an entrepreneurial leader. He used to come up with new ideas. He was very proactive. He used to make innovative ideas. Moral leadership. Think of Mahatma Gandhi. He was a person who came up with visionary ideas. He came up with ideas so that it is for moral good of everyone. The person is not thinking about himself. It's a deep sense of ethics is there in the person, and it affects the personal change of the person, also of the people who work with that person. Okay, so that is a moral leadership. When you're thinking of others, not about yourself, you're morally inclined for the cause. Turnaround leadership. This is a leadership kind of leadership when things are not going well in the company, when the company's profits are very less, or the company is going to be shut down or locked down. Or at that point of time, somebody has to be there to save the company. So a turnaround leader is a person who comes. Even Steve Jobs was a turnaround leader. He came in a time when Apple was not doing well. He was brought in again and that time he came up with iPods, iPads, or iSeries. So turnaround leader turns around the entire company in such a way that he wants to save the organization from a crisis. Qualities of a turnaround leader. He is able to analyze the data, identify the critical areas that are required to be changed. He negotiates, discusses with the people in the company. He takes really fast actions. He has the ability to gain respect from the people, from his workers and employees. There is a need for urgency or doing things really fast. There is a willingness to neglect resistance. So if people are going against him, he is like, okay, that is your problem. That is not mine. We have to somehow make the company profitable. And he always leads from the front. He's always in the front leading the company. So I want to end this session by saying sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. This is what Steve Jobs said, and you have to follow him. He was a great visionary, great entrepreneur leader, a great turnaround leader as well. Thank you.